Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Brothers and sisters, I sincerely thanks to all of you for giving me this honor and inviting me to visit this Malleshwaram Lodge and giving me this opportunity to share some thoughts on the teachings of the ancient wisdom, teachings of the eternal wisdom, which we name it as the Theosophy, Brahma Vidya. Theosophical teaching must go deeper and deeper into our consciousness to bring radical change within ourselves. So we need to develop that kind of art and that art of living, loving our own life. Love your own life. Life is the teacher. Life teaches you daily new lessons. But you need to be a learner. Only a learner can climb to such destiny of wisdom. Theosophy made us to live disciplined, orderly, brotherly, affectionately towards each other. So make your theosophy a living power in your life. That is the power which helps us to live harmoniously. It is not easy to live harmoniously because there are a lot of disorder within us. There is no order within us. There is a lot of disorder within us. To make this orderly, we have to make the theosophy a living power. We join the Theosophical Society looking at three things. Number one, society has freedom of thought. See, you have freedom to express your own feelings, to express your own perspective within the group where you have joined. This freedom of thought is very important. Otherwise, there is a boss and other workers are there. The workers cannot express their thoughts, express their opinion. There is no freedom outside where we are employed. But in Theosophical Society, we have this freedom of thought. That is important aspect which attracts us to join the Theosophical Society. And second aspect of the Theosophical Society which helps us, it is very important again, brotherhood. Brotherhood and freedom of thought are the two pillars of the Theosophical Society. With these two aspects, we wish to join the Theosophical Society. In addition, we have 5 other ideals before us. What are those ideals? Ideal number 1 is service. Service is the key. And to have that service, you must sacrifice your own personal desires, personal passions, personal progress, and look for the betterment of the others. That is first ideal we should have when we join the Theosophical Society. Second ideal is there are perfected beings. There are masters of the wisdom. And we are not perfect. We are not the masters of wisdom. Wisdom that we call theosophy, ancient wisdom. We are not masters. We are just students yet in that school of wisdom. So, this ideal of perfected being, there are people, there are our elder brothers who have perfected themselves, who have mastered these human qualities like wisdom and compassion. These are the human values. They are in you and they are not expressing properly. And therefore, first ideal is service, second ideal is there are perfected beings. As there are subhuman kingdom, then subhuman kingdom to human kingdom, and from human kingdom to superhuman kingdom. That and again there are dhyanis and perfected beings. This is what it is taught, it is given in the Theosophical Society. That becomes our ideal. Looking at the perfected beings, we can travel towards our destiny of human beings. Then the third important ideal we have to form the nucleus of universal brotherhood. Universal brotherhood. It is not the brotherhood of humanity, but we must extend our brotherhoodness to all subhuman kingdoms as well as loyalty to the superhuman kingdom. So such kind of nucleus is an individual nucleus at home, then in the lodge, together we form a nucleus. This is the Malleshwaram Lodge nucleus of the Universal Brotherhood. Like that, each lodge is the nucleus of Universal Brotherhood that radiates love and affection towards the human progression and perfection. This is what the third ideal. Have you got this point? First ideal is service, second ideal is perfected beings, and the third ideal is the universal brotherhood. And the fourth ideal is tolerance. We have to learn this lesson of tolerance. When we join the Theosophical Society, we must be tolerant. We must be understanding each other. And this tolerance of what? Tolerance of opinion of science, tolerance of opinions of philosophy, tolerance of opinions of different religions. So again, this is the synthesis of science, religion and philosophy. That is the ideal of tolerance. We are not condemning anyone. That kind of equality, that kind of tolerance which we have ideal before us. This is the fourth ideal. And the last but fifth ideal is we must be moving towards the true knowledge. Knowledge that is true. Wisdom that is true. True in the sense to investigate. There are unexplained laws of nature like karma, law of harmony, law of reincarnation. These are to be explained. These are not yet fully explained. And it is our duty, and we have this ideal to explain these laws. And we can't explain these laws without having experience in our life. We do have experience in our life because life is the teacher, and daily we have the consequences of disorder in ourselves, because physically, emotionally, mentally, there are a lot of disorders within ourselves. Makes our mind confused. And therefore, this order is not creating any harmony. So when we study the law of harmony, that means we must bring our own life orderly, discipline, and then you learn this ideal of true knowledge. This is the true knowledge. Harmony is the only law. Investigate it in your life. If you become disharmony with your family members, see what happens. You are not happy. Somehow you have brought that disharmony, but you are not happy with that disharmony. Again you want to regain that harmony. So this kind of investigation of unexplained laws, that is law of karma, we call it. Either you call it karma or it is the law of harmony. Because whatever disorder is there, that is brought to the order. That law is there. And if you violate that law, we have to, there is a punishment if we violate it, and we have to endure that punishment courageously. Second is law of reincarnation. You must investigate. What is it that continues? Investigate yourself. So many things are there. We cannot end the anger within me in one life. I am angry. I am observing right from the childhood that annoyed. So I indulge myself in argumentation, hot argumentation. That violence is there in me. And do you think it will end as we go old? As we go old, we get more irritated. We get more angry. We get more annoyed. That means it won't end. But it has to be come to end. Then it is our duty to investigate. What is it that makes me angry? What is it that makes me separate from the other? And if you investigate this is the unexplained law. It is necessary for you. Because of this you learn lesson. And if you don't learn lesson in this life, then next life is given to learn more lessons again. Like this, we'll learn lessons after lessons, not in one life. There must be, I need many lives. So there must be incarnation. That is a logic. So this is the fifth ideal before us, our seeking towards the true knowledge. And also seeking towards true knowledge, I need energy. And I have that energy within me. God has given me that power to investigate these unexplained laws. But I am not utilizing those powers. They are potentially there within me. Potentially I am the master. Potentially I am the master. But not yet compassion and wisdom. So I am imperfect and there are perfected beings. That ideal we have, and we have these 5 ideals. Now I made it clear to you. We joined the Theosophical Society looking at these 2 pillars, pillar of brotherhood and pillar of freedom of thought. Freedom of thought and pillar of brotherhood, and these 5 ideals. Once you understand this, then you will definitely know why we are here in this Theosophical Society. Then what is expected from us? It is not we must try our best, but we must begin to do good. daily. We have that ability to discriminate what is good and what is bad. And once you know what is bad, we must ready to throw it away and try to do good. Try to do helpful for the evolution. And in this way, day by day, we must become Satyam Shivam Sundaram. That is, we need to be real, Satyam, Shivam, honest, and real, that is honest, true, and beautiful. That is what masters, elder brothers, masters of the wisdom, they are expecting. And they wrote a letter to our elder leaders of the Theosophical Society like A.P. Sinnett, and they are known as the Mahatma letters. And they clearly says, you can't be a truly student of Theosophy or divine wisdom unless you are active in service. In the sense, they gave details of it. Our Theosophical member should be found active where there is trouble, active where there is suffering, active where there is ignorance, active where there is quarrel, active where there is injustice, active where there is tyranny, and active where there is oppression, and active where there is cruelty. See, these are the hints given in the Mahatma letters. You must not only be active in the Theosophical Society lodge, but also you must active and go ahead to stop that trouble, suffering, ignorance, quarrels, injustice, tyranny, oppressions, cruelty. Try it. You may not be having that much strength, but the elder ones are behind you to support you in this. And therefore they write, there must be, we find, the earnest member of the Theosophical Society. So we are attracted to join the Theosophical Society looking at these 2 pillars and 5 ideals. And now the Mahatmas, they tell us, purpose, we have Theosophical order of service. Those who are really active, they can help the whole community, whole humanity also, with such mission to serve humanity. Then one is able to listen to the those suffering sounds or those cry of life. Life is said, it is the song of life. It is not cry. But we listen to the cry of life outside. So many are there. Usually I used to send daily messages for meditation. Actually, I try to listen to those cry outside and try to focus through the imagination. But remember also, we have living faith in the perfected beings. We have that ideals of the masters of the wisdom. But masters never use for any personal use. Rather, he does not need our help. He is self-sufficient. He does not need our services personally. Otherwise, we know outward there are gurus who need service. Here, master never needs your personal service. Actually, you must approach him to help him, because the master have taken this responsibility of evolution of humanity, because the helpless condition and it is getting degenerated day by day. So they have taken this responsibility to regenerate. So when we are together, invoking and aspire for the masters of the wisdom, then it is our duty to cooperate with masters' work in evolution of humanity. Masters are engaged in that noble cause, and when we know that they act for love of humanity, how they act? They act for love of humanity with altruistic activity. Altruism is nothing but paropakara. So they have this attitude of altruistic attitude. Therefore, our motive should be altruistic. Our motive also should be the same. We also learn to love, we also learn to serve humanity in unselfish manner. That is what we must inculcate attitude. But to attain this, there has to be thirst inside. Unless there is thirst, we don't seek water. So this thirst must be so intense. And whatever work we take in our hand, we must try to do it fully, tirelessly. And also, because there is no end to work. So we must learn to wait also. And our calling, our invocation need to be with wholehearted. HPB gave some hints for this. The path she refers should have basic qualification. Those are self-awareness and insight of one's own nature. Have you ever examined yourself? Have you ever seen what is your temperament? Have you ever aware of your own temperament? So this self-awareness qualification, insight of one's own nature is very important to tread the path. That is what HPB said. And it needs to be discovered. Don't listen only. Discover ourselves. And this discovery will be progressive discovery. You won't discover in one day. It is a progressive discovery, and it can be completed by oneself only. Progressive discovery can be completed by oneself, and this needs to be your own discovery. Thus, one who discovers himself within himself is said to be enlightened one. In other words, enlightened one discovers himself all the things rightly. That kind of intelligence we have. Intelligence is the power to perceive that which is false, that which is illusory, and this power of intelligence makes us to discard that which is false and illusory immediately. So this can be done when we really discover the shortcomings within ourselves, and that requires tremendous energy. So to investigate the unexplained laws of nature and the powers hidden in man, so when we require tremendous energy, you are equipped with this energy. There are 7 energy centers in our body. We call them as the chakras. You can activate those chakras by discovering yourself. How? Then you must have true knowledge of functioning of these chakras. What is their normal functioning? So when you understand this knowledge, when you get this knowledge of root chakra, Muladhara chakra, it is really necessary to have stability or survival. We have to survive. It has that ability to survive. So survival is the first aim, to fulfill the needs of the physical body, and it must survive. What is it that blocks this survival energy within us? You must discover it, investigate it. What is it that makes us unstable? Then you discover yourselves. That makes us unstable is nothing but the fear. We are frightened by many things. That fear itself making me unstable. Whereas this root chakra, Muladhara chakra, is the chakra which is providing us stability in life, stability to survive. But I am blocking it by fear. So courage is needed. We must be free from all sorts of fears. Otherwise they may cause the disease. So there is no stability in life then. So this Muladhara chakra is given to you. Up to 7 years, child has all these chakras active. They are providing whatever energy is required. Later on, we block it by our own fear. Now you have to discover. Because of this fear, we are blocking our root chakra. So, at least during meditation, 30 seconds, not full 1 minute also, 30 seconds, you focus your attention to that Muladhara chakra. Then, whatever block of fear, it will go. And it radiates its energy. Okay, that is enough for us. I am not acting to activate it whole day, but at least 30 seconds you can make it active and be stable in your life, be balanced in your life. Look at the sacral chakra, that is called Swadhisthana chakra, or it is also a spleen chakra. Spleen is an important organ, and here whatever pleasure we get in our life, this is what the chakra provides. Water. Water element is very strong here. And water is required for flowing. So we flow in our life, stream of our life, very smoothly if this chakra is activated. So focus your attention, at least 30 seconds, and see what is it that blocks the guilt that blocks this flow. Guilt means we have done something wrong. We have become angry with somebody. We have done something wrong in life. We have killed some animals. We have killed some plants. We have cut many things. All this together forms a guilt in us. And that is the block of this spleen chakra. Then be free from the guilt. How to be free from the guilt? Nothing to do. Just be aware that there is some guilt. Just give focus to it and forget it. That guilt begins to dissolve. So guilt is that blocking, stumbling block to give this active from this Swadhisthana chakra. Then comes the third one. You can do anything because everything it wants, it must come from the novel. So, That is very important. Whatever you wish, you will get. And we are doing whatever in our life, worldly life, constructing the home, constructing the large building, constructing this, all constructive work according to the will of human. So this is all energy is provided by this novel chakra. So it takes everything, whatever you wish. And it is this that helps us. 1 minute, I will take. This is the solar or Manipur or navel chakra. It receives everything. You know, it is the stomach. Stomach receives everything. Water gives flowing. And here it is the fire. Jatragni. Fire is the element which is dominant. So you should have the spirit of fire, of spirit of passion to complete that work. And that energy is provided by this chakra. Investigate it, activate it at least once a few seconds, but we are not activating. We are shameful. Because we are not activating it, so we are same. S-H-A-M-E, same, of non-doing. And this same is the block for this. Don't worry. In past we have not done. Now we can start. Now we can do it. Then comes the heart chakra, where we are advised to meditate. And this is the love. So this love sometimes converts into grief. We love our life partner. Sometimes we have to, in our life partner departs us, and that grief remains in our heart. And with that grief, we cannot love others also, because that grief is the stumbling block. So be free from grief. If we investigate these hidden powers in human being, I am speaking about only 4 lower chakras, because these 4 lower chakras, they balance us. The whole body is balanced by these 4 chakras. And in Theosophical Society, we are advised to meditate in the heart to keep the balance of all this. Keep the balance of earth, water, air and fire. See? Earth, water, air and fire. Muladhara chakra is controlled by the earth. Then Swadhisthana chakra is controlled by the water. Then Manipur chakra is controlled by the fire. And heart chakra is controlled by air. These 4 elements. Investigate yourself. How can these need the help of these 4 elements? Concentrate on those chakras and you get the help of it. Then the 5th chakra, that is the throat chakra, and it is a Vishuddha chakra. That is Kantha chakra we call. Then this deals with the truth. We are not truthful. There are number of lies in us. Because it is concerned with the speaking. It is ether. Ether is the source of all these 4 elements downward. So here, ether element is dominating. Ether, what is ether? Ether is space. Unless there is space here, even the newborn child won't cry. There has to go air, space, and air must go inside, that prana must go inside, and it begins to cry when it takes birth. So that chakra is the throat chakra. It is controlled by the ether. And here, what is the block of this? Block, there is no space because we are not truthful. There are many lies in us. Lot of energy is required to tell lie, but no energy is required to tell truth. So if we remember this, there is no space we are providing. We are so many lies which are the stumbling block of this. If you understand this, then only the third eye, what we say, pineal gland, etc., that deals with the insight. Then only we can, if we provide space, make your mind open, you provide space to yourself as well as to everyone, then there will be insight. And insight comes through this third eye. This is the eye. And then crown chakra is the pure cosmic energy. But it is blocked by what? This is also blocked by attachment to the worldly nature. We are not ready to die immediately. The death won't come immediately. The prana won't go outside because it is attached to the worldly things. When you are completely detached from this, it will be free. So these are the certain centers in our body which are really giving us energy. So this is the investigation of hidden power in man. See, this is a very important object of the Theosophical Society. If you are really serious student, then investigate the unexplained laws of nature, investigate the hidden power of man. And that makes you free from all this. But what has happened now? Our whole brain, human brain, has got cerebral patterns of behavior. It is million years old. Old brain or old wine in new bottle, we say. In the same manner, we are carrying the old brain into this new body. And therefore, we have cerebral patterns. And that cerebral, according to that cerebral patterns, we are behaving. This is a mental block we have within us. And this needs to be thought over. How? By awareness and alertness, right action, only then possible. Do you know the elephant? Elephant's biggest weakness, we are comparing human brain with the elephant. The biggest weakness of the elephant is a mental block. We create a mental block in the elephant baby. When it is in baby stage, we just tie a rope to its leg and we make a boundary and we don't allow it to move from that boundary. So it moves like this only, like this. And when it grows, even with that small thread, it remains there. The same thing happens with the buffaloes, etc. So all this is the mental block we create. And such kind of mental block is there in the human brain. And that mental block is the cerebral patterns of behavior. So get through those cerebral patterns of behavior and then only you can do something. So our quest is not for the light that dispels the darkness in the material things, but we seek spiritual light. We really do not for the unknown. And day by day, we must lead to expand our discovery. I am giving you more important to be practical and discover yourselves. When we are 7 years old, we were identifying with ourselves. Me, mine, nanu. Then when we become, after 7 years, in the period of 14 years, then I look towards my body, my feelings, my family, my neighbors, and also my homely life. So like this, we increase our expansion. And our expansion expands from myself to my body to my feelings to my thoughts to my spiritual life, and my spiritual life to divine life. This is expansion. 7 years period. It begins from my body to my feelings, my thoughts, my spiritual life, and my divinity. In the same manner, it begins with my family, my house, my village, my nation, and then one world. In the same way, my neighbors, my animals, kingdom, and then I expand to universal. In the same manner, first my life, then home life, civic life, national and race life, and finally we think of United Nations. This is how there is our expansion of our world. That is what I need to explain, and that is necessary to continue that one. I will give you the example. Our discovery is this unexplained laws of nature and hidden power in man. And for this, we are having these ideals: ideal of service, ideal of perfected beings, ideal of universal brotherhood, ideal of tolerance of all religions and opinions, and true knowledge. Because theosophy is the science of spirit. That spirit need to be there, spirit of service, spirit of theosophical attitude is very essential. And if we remember this, perhaps we can investigate the unexplained laws of nature and hidden power in man. This may give us more and more strength to become brotherly, affectionately, and begin to help others. Otherwise, we are relatively brotherly, relatively loving others. We are not perfectly, at the same time, we hate somebody. And this is what yesterday also I told. The hate of yours, hate of mine, and hate of all others together express outside as the war. In the same manner, my nation, your nation, all this nationality attitude brings a war outside. So this is all illusion. And once we go out of this illusion, then only there will be insight. And we must learn this kind of purity of heart. Only then we can learn many things. I don't want to discuss much about the theosophy. Theosophy is the divine wisdom. We have joined Theosophical Society looking at the two pillars, that brotherhood of humanity without distinction of caste, creed, sex, race, all that. It is not easy. It is a great noble thought. and it can grow only in the Indian culture. We have that soil in India. We are born in India. That soil material is in our matter. Let us discover that matter and be really a nucleus of the universal brotherhood. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for a long talk and tolerance.